Here's the main menu for the new Lawmate PV-500ECO2 analog portable DVR. The first icon you come to is the camera or input icon. When you select that, you have normal or motion modes. I'm going to go ahead and select normal mode, and it will bring you to your camera input screen. To set up further, press the wrench icon on the left of the screen, or if you're using your remote control, hit the setup button. The only option you have in here is overwrite. So what this means is that when your card is full, you either want it to overwrite on the oldest file or stop. So if I have overwrite off, it's going to sit there and stop when the card is full. If I have overwrite on, it will actually overwrite on your first file. Now if I go back and I go to motion mode and go to setup, it gives you a couple different options here. Time is how long you want it to record after it senses motion. So once motion stops, it's going to record for a minute by default. You can increase that to 3 or 5 minutes. Your default motion detection is medium. I recommend starting with medium and seeing how it works for you. Every environment is going to be different. So if you find the camera is activating the DVR too much when nothing's there, switch it to low. If you find that it's not activating enough, switch it to high. The next icon you come to is play. So this will give you access to the files that you've already recorded. Now there is no built-in speaker on this DVR, so you're not going to be able to hear the audio recorded, but you can hear that when you play it back on your computer. This is pretty self-explanatory, so I'll go back to the main menu. The next icon over is your time and date stamp. You can set this to on or off. This will give you a time and date overlay on your screen. And just to note, when you select an item, it's on now, so let's select off. It's going to go back to the main menu screen, but when you check it, it should be saved for you. The fourth item on your screen is a microphone. This is for the audio. This enables audio on or off. So if you want to record sound, just select on or off, and that will do it for you. The fifth option on your screen is the loop recording option. What this does is it will set the time that the unit will record each file before it moves on to the next. So let's say you're recording an hour-long event and you have it set for 10-minute loop recording. What this will do is put your event into 6 different 10-minute segments. You won't miss anything in between files for long recordings. It just gives you better control. So if your battery dies, say your battery dies at 59 minutes, if you have the option to record for an hour, if the file didn't save properly, it would be corrupt and you wouldn't be able to recover the file. That's why Lawmate does this. It used to be 3 minutes by default. We got a lot of feedback from customers. They wanted more control. So that's why you see the 3, 5, and 10 minutes. The main goal of this is to prevent file corruption. So the worst case scenario, if the battery dies at 55 minutes, you're going to lose 5 minutes of video versus an entire hour. The sixth item on your menu is a light bulb, which means it's the LCD standby time. So if you have this out and about and you have it in your pocket and the LCD is on, of course it's going to give you away. So you can make it to where it goes into lock mode and the LCD turns off instantly, or you can have a delay for a minute, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes. It's similar to the headlights in your car. If you have programmable headlight delay to let you leave in the dark and have the headlights go off on a delay, that's basically what it is. Item number 7 is a clock dial. This is your time and date setting. So you'll just scroll through here and use your arrows or your fingers if you're using the touch screen to change the time and date, and just back out of that. 8th on the list is the format option. It's a memory card, and it gives you a warning. Are you sure you want to format the memory card now? You can select cancel or OK. If you don't want to format, just hit cancel and back out of that. And 9th on the list here is more. That will take you to screen number 2. First option on screen 2 is the login management password. Here is where you will set your password. Unless you have a specific need to set a password, we don't recommend you do this. We get a lot of calls from people who set passwords and then either the person who set the password has moved on to a new job, left the company, or they simply forgot it. I just really recommend, unless you have a specific need, don't even go here. Second item on screen 2 is requiring the login password. Set it to off unless you have a specific need. We still don't recommend passwords unless you just really need it. Third item on the second screen is restore to defaults. This will restore all your settings to factory default, just like when you pulled it out of the box. Fourth icon on screen 2 is your language option. This is pretty self-explanatory. And the 5th and final icon is the information screen. This shows you what version you have. System info is a PV-500ECO2, and this version is 18-09-29. One little known fact is that from the record screen, you can take a snapshot as you're recording video. So we've had customers who do pipe inspections using these, and they need to capture images from the video, and it makes it really easy just to hit the photo capture button.